Lucky Bricks and JB Spillwarn have just revealed the Superheroes 2025 summer sets from LEGO, DC, and Marvel. This Spider-Man 2 train battle is just amazing. I love how they even have the straining face that Tobey Maguire would put on for that figure. That works out great. The design of this, though, I wish wasn't $50. I feel like that's a little bit too priced for that train car being really the only build. The train car build, though, I really do like. That looks authentic to the scene. It doesn't look like they made it extra cartoony or anything like that. It looks better than even recent trains from Lego City. So that looks great in my opinion. I just wish, again, this wasn't so overpriced. It was rumored to be $50, and I know they'll probably bump it up even more. It's like $55. So great minifigure on Peter Parker. The design of Doc Ock also has a new torso, which looks really cool in my opinion. I like the use of the BTS hairpiece there. The build for the octopus arms works really well. It's different from any of the ones I've seen previously. JJJ has a classic style where they use the Zayn Lego Ninjago movie hair. I mean, the OG used the similar hair. This one works better. It's hilarious to see Aunt May just hanging off of the car there. But hey, they throw in Aunt May, and I'm glad to get a new updated Aunt May based off of the Raimi trilogy. Give me more Spider-Man Raimi trilogy sets. I love those movies. Even do some Spider-Man 3 ones for once, which we never gotten before. There's the Oscorp set, which I love what I see here, where, yeah, this is not like one of the modular Marvel buildings, but it gives me vibes of that classic Daily Bugle set from 2013, where we could use non-LEGO icons, 18 plus LEGO Marvel buildings, in my opinion, to this degree of design, where we also have that same styling that could connect with the Spider-Verse set. The only problem here is it's 808 pieces. It looks like something that would be like $100. It's apparently $140 with the rumored price. So, you know, with the tariffs and everything, this is probably going to be $150. That's way too much for what is included here. And I love a lot of what's included here. It's our first Oscorp building, which looks super cool. I love the Green Goblin override design at the front there, the Oscorp lettering, which is something that's expected. The interior has a lot of fun designs with a transformation chamber up top. Yeah, there's a new Norman Osborn minifigure, which I can't get a good look at his face print because these aren't like the best quality photos, unfortunately. But I like what I see. The design of this having some extra details with those flaming skull pieces that were introduced with the Ghost Rider figure back in the day, reused with a design for the pumpkin bombs. You have a glider to the left there for Green Goblin. The second floor has a lab design, and the first floor is kind of like an entryway. Again, I'm getting kind of like late 2000s to early 2010s vibes from the spacing in the building and how much detail they capture inside there. So I'm getting nostalgic in that regard. Oh, and a little bit of play features I forgot to mention with this building. There's the antenna at the top, which is what activates the transformation feature. And then you also have this little bar right here to spin the pole that has the Spider-Man web on it. Now, I see what LEGO's doing here, where these aren't tied to any specific movies from Spider-Man, but you kind of get the ideas from the movie in terms of some of the iconography, where it's like, okay, this is kind of like the Defoe Osborn and the transformation there in the glider, which of course comes from the comic, which is a comic-based set. But you could see that, especially with this Venom section, where you have Venom's apartment up top, in the design of that having a little chicken there. You have the Venom mask there. You have Eddie Brock for the first time. I also love the Venom attachment on Eddie. That's great, you know, getting that design of the Venom head kind of coming out there. Interesting build on how they captured that with a neck attachment and everything. And while he uses an uncommon recolor of that hair piece, the face print seems to be the same one as the Winter Soldier from that awful airport battle set. And then under there is a mini mart where it's like, okay, yeah, like the Venom movies. It's so small, there's not really anything interesting if you ask me. I didn't even get to talk about the Green Goblin in this set, who has such a different design from previous versions. Again, I just want to get a little bit clearer pictures of this design. We probably will tomorrow. But this stuff is so exciting, it's hard to hold back. Green Goblin seemingly has a new hood piece, which you'll see used in another set this wave. That's pretty cool. That's a new hat piece, right? Am I wrong there? The design of this last building is a jewelry store. Marvelous jewelry, ha ha ha, I see what you did there. I actually really like the color scheme of this exterior. I think that's just a really cool New York building going on there. I believe Green Goblin was introduced in 1964, so that's the 1964 reference as well there. And the design of the interior, again, is about as spacious as the other ones, where it's not loaded with details or anything. But I like how they have that trap door above. There seems to be some kind of feature with this little Technic piece at the right there. And then to the left, I'm not sure what's going on here because it looks like they're spray paint pans, but it is way different from a graffiti style for that Miles Morales picture there. And there's a first floor with a gem in the glass. Yeah, it's cute. I don't know though, I kind of wish that we got rid of that building altogether. I could do the Eddie Brock apartment, but that just feels something that's tacked on when we could have expanded the Oscorp building to be a little bit more substantial or just knock down the price. Because again, $140 at the very least, which I'm confident is not going to be the final price, is ridiculous if you ask me. It's great to see another Kraven the Hunter release because we haven't gotten him since the Bridge Battle set in 2016. The other characters include Ghost Spider, which we've seen before, Spider-Woman, which we've seen both of those designs and sets before, Miles Morales we've seen before. So really the only exclusive characters are going to be Norman Osborn, the new Green Goblin design, and the new Eddie Brock design. And even then, I'm not entirely sure if the torso print on Eddie Brock is new and the face and torso print on Norman Osborn is new. There's a Peter Parker's apartment set, which is a $50 set from the rumored price. Again, I feel they'll bump that up. That's not terrible at the price. I actually quite like the design of this building here, which feels more solid and detailed on its exterior than even the buildings in the set we just covered. I like the little Daily Bugle ad, which they do slyly use the one from the Spider-Man 2 train battle set. That's kind of cool as a tie-in. That's some JJJ wave consistency. I love the Mary Jane minifigure, which has a recolor of that hairpiece that we've seen with Jean Grey back in the day, and then also with Poison Ivy. Very rare color for that piece. Love the new torso design. That looks great. There's Anti-Venom, so if you bought that mech set just for Anti-Venom, I'm so sorry. The design of Hobgoblin is also new, and it's our first Hobgoblin in quite a bit. You get that hood piece that I was talking about that I think is new from the Oscorp set, this time in an orange coloring, which looks great. The Pumpkin Bomb as well. Hobgoblin only came out in that one 2016 Ghost Rider set, so I'm very happy to see them redo this character with some awesome updates. Like, that's the cape they use for Batman, right? And this is the first time we're getting it in orange, which is really cool. The interior isn't anything too elaborate. The first floor has a nice little sink build and a kitchen table. You got a spider up top there. I like how they have a little image illustrating the upside down kiss as well. Peter Parker's apartment itself has a nice little microscope, which is cool. A design for Daily Bugle paper. Little Iron Spider sketch right there on a sticker. A Science Fair poster and Oscorp poster can be seen in this angle with these close-ups. There's a play feature up top to blow off this chunk of the building. That spider crawler vehicle is whatever, and that could have totally been left out of the set, and I wouldn't have minded. The LEGO Avengers Endgame Thor vs. Chitauri set is really whatever. I don't care about this one. Honestly, the Avengers sets this wave kind of suck, if you ask me. This set feels a little bit overpriced at $55. And that was just a rumored price. Like, the apartment was rumored at $50. This is rumored at $55. So is this going to be $60 when they actually like have the official prices out? I don't know. I don't care about this build for a freaking Iron Patriot mech. Can you freaking chill with the mechs, Lego? They're spammed in every Marvel set, and it's super annoying. This is not something that exists in this movie anyways. The new Rocket Raccoon is cool. I like that design. But yeah, the Mark II Iron Patriot design is new. It's a nice design, but I mean, I got the Armory just a month ago, so it's not anything that I'm like flocking out. It is different, of course, but I'm just already got my Iron Patriot after a long time, so 2 back-to-back isn't throwing me as much as if this was the only one Not saying that it should be the only one. We should have the different outfits and everything, but you get the point. That's something. Other than that, I don't care about the Chitauri builds. You get a bunch of them in this set, so if you're trying to army build them, there you go. But they've been spammed in so many sets already, I don't really see the point. Thor is seemingly the same one from the Marvel logo, except with the rubber cape, which we've seen in other Thor minifigures before. So yeah, this is just such a crappy set. I don't care about this one. The Spider-Man sets are interesting on many levels, even if they do feel overpriced. This one's uninteresting and feels overpriced. Then there's Iron Man and War Machine versus the Hammer drones. War Machine is the cheapest version that you're getting this design, where we got it in that Armory set from 2022. We got it in the Avengers Tower, but yeah, there's nothing new with that design. The Iron Man is the same Mark 6 we just saw in the Armory set from this year and in the Marvel logo. Those Justin Hammer drones are just an awful interpretation from the movie, if you ask me. Ugh. This has nothing redeemable about it. It's rumored to be $23, so you know that's probably going to bump up to even more, probably like 26 or some crap. One of the worst sets of the year, which, you know, the Avengers set's below this year. The $130 Avengers Age of Ultron Quinjet set is fine. I mean, $130 is a lot of money. The sizing makes it feel like it has more red than it should compared to the movie. This is something that will probably be more than $130, so if it's at $140, I feel like that's pretty overpriced, but it's not as egregious as the last set. It's cool to see this build done with more justice, in my opinion. I wish the pictures, again, were a little bit more clear. I love what I see of the Quicksilver figure. That Han Solo hairpiece looks excellent in white. The torso print is nice as well. The design of Ultron looks very similar to the one that we got this year. But if you look closely from what we could see, yeah, those are a new torso and a new face print. Iron Man and Hawkeye look to the same ones from that Age of Ultron set last year, and Black Widow is that same one that they've spammed across sets, including the Marvel logo this year. And it's like, okay, it doesn't seem like this is going to be the version with the arm printing, which is very frustrating. The last Marvel set is a 4+ set of Captain America vs. Thanos. This set is rumored to be $40 in the United States. What the fudge? I mean, this is insane. How is this $40? You're ripping off the parents of children because this is a 4+ set. And yeah, the builds are not elaborate whatsoever. The design of Captain America's space jet sucks. I like the build of the Thanos gauntlet ship, but it just feels like a crappier version of that really fun Mighty Micro. Doesn't seem like the minifigures are unique. Yeah, this is a complete ripoff. I do find it interesting that they have that big blaster piece, which those things hurt. So it's interesting that that's in a 4+ set. I haven't had a 4+ set in a while. Are these missiles new? Finally, there's one Batman set that they've revealed. The Batman Forever Batmobile. This is not in scale of minifigure from what it looks like. I mean, just compare it to the size of the minifigure. This is pretty big, but it's crazy to me because this is the first ever Batman Forever set, period. It's a movie that doesn't get too much appreciation in the world of Lego. And it's kind of interesting because Val Kilmer just passed, and this is the Val Kilmer Batman. So it's a little bit of a tribute going on there, even if it is unintentional. Love the minifigure there. You know, I'm a sucker for minifigures. I like the glowing eyes there and the torso print, which is new. All of that looks great. It is a very interesting take on the Batmobile. I like the shaping there. That's pretty cool with that side ridge design. I like that blue again. That's persistent on the wheel hubcaps as well. The front little design right here, that looks super cool, where it's a translucent windshield, but they have printing on it. That all came out great. Would have preferred this was more minifigure scale, but as it stands, a nice little tribute to Batman Forever. It's rumored to be $110, which is way too much once again. You know, that's the rumored price, so it's probably going to be more than that. We'll have to find out tomorrow. So yeah, lots of sets, lots of exciting ones. Even though all the Lego Spider-Man sets are overpriced to varying degrees, the Oscorp being the worst case of that, I think all of them are great in one way or another. Like the Avengers ones are very disposable in my opinion. I mean, the most exciting to me would be the Quicksilver minifigure. I'm not even excited for that set. The train set is my favorite because that one doesn't seem as overpriced as the other sets, and I'm so glad we're getting a Spider-Man 2 set, and I think they did that scene justice, even with Aunt May hanging out on the side there. So let me know in the comments what you think of all of these sets, which ones you like, where you agree with me, where you disagree with me. Subscribe here for more LEGO news commentary, and put those notifications on by pressing the bell once you subscribe, because there's going to be so many LEGO reveals this week. It's crazy. I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.